Love and light, soul family. How y'all doing, man? I just felt the need to tap in and say what up one time for the one time, man. You know, I find it ironic because I'm not an individual who believes in coincidences by no means necessary in no way, shape, or form. But, you know what I'm saying? I find it ironic that since I posted, that video speaking about, like hexes and voodoo and curses and, me continuing on this path with putting out the information that, I've been putting out in regards to, the messages the divine, gives to me to, put out there to the masses and things of that nature. I find it ironic that, since me posting that video, all of a sudden things within my life, on the external have began to, kind of go haywire. I ain't gonna lie, things been kind of crazy for me these past few days, you know what I'm saying? And it just goes to, prove my point that, all of the trials and tribulations and the obstacles that I tend to face here on this physical plane, they all begin within the spiritual realms. And in all honesty, man, as far as, these things that have been transpiring over the past couple of days, bruh, all I can honestly do is sit back and laugh, man, in all honesty, because, before embarking on this path, man, I'd be all, butthurt, depressed, you know what I'm saying? Probably, oh man, let me go give me a bottle so I can sit back and drink my sorrows away, or, give me some weed and, wallow in my pain, and, let me give me a couple of packs of Black and Milds, and, you know what I'm saying? Just completely avoid, the reality of what's actually, going on, and I would dull it and numb it with the pain. I mean, with the substances, abusing those substances, not really facing the reality of no matter what substance it is that I use at that moment in time, those issues are still going to be there. So, with having this awareness, and understanding that, man, all of this is only temporary, it'll eventually pass. All I can honestly do is laugh, man, because it's like, at the end of the day, there's no weapon formed against me that shall prosper. God didn't say that there wasn't going to be no weapons that were going to be formed, but he did say that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So again, I say, it don't matter what it is that you throw at me, bro, on everything. It truly does not matter. I will not break, bend, nor fold. I might, bend a little bit, just to be a little bit flexible, to, go with the currents and, flow with this way of life. But I will not bend all the way to the point of folding, man. So with that being said, hey, it truly does not matter what it is that comes my way, no matter what obstacle, what trial, what tribulation, no matter what it is that comes my way. As long as I continue to pray, have faith, trust, and belief in God, and walk in this divine path, man, I am going to continue doing what it is that I set out to do, that he created me to do, being his divine servant. Simple as that. Love and light. Y'all stay blessed.